Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. Hope you're doing well. I am going to give you a story right here that I think is a big deal, and that is out of RT. Kremlin reveals new independent Russian Chinese financial systems, and this was released just about 9 hours ago. And I think it's a big deal because I've been talking about this for months, how China and Russia and many other countries are getting away from doing business with the US dollar, and that is going to lead, not tomorrow, not the next day, but soon in the future, catastrophic results for the US dollar because no one is going to need the dollar to do trade. So here we go. Russia and China will develop shared financial structures to enable them to deepen economic ties in a way that foreign states will be unable to influence. The Kremlin has announced following talks between the country's leaders. Now, right here, this is the big deal, that foreign states will be unable to influence. Now, for those of you that do not understand what economic sanctions are, you hear about them all the time in the media. When a country acts really bad and the U.S. government wants to come out and punish them, they say, we're going to sanction them. Let me explain this real quick for the people that don't understand this. We invented something, a messaging system that goes bank to bank in our country and throughout the world called SWIFT. SWIFT code is what you see when you wire funds. A SWIFT code. And what it is actually a very simple bank-to-bank messaging app that tells a bank that's sending money to a receiving bank, hey, I'm sending you $10, and the other bank goes, cool, thanks, man, and it's going into this account, and that's it. It's actually quite outdated technology, but it is still the technology it's used all over the world. Now, after the Bretton Woods agreement was inked, really actually before that, when we agreed that oil is to be transacted throughout the world. When you purchase it, it's supposed to be in dollars. If we smacked another country down and said we're going to sanction them, what we did was we would limit or completely cut off their ability to use the SWIFT system so that bank-to-bank transfers could not happen in that country, or they could not take money from other countries, and so on, okay? Now, that is exactly 100% what this means, unable to influence, okay? It says the move appears to be a response to a series of warnings that Western nations could push to disconnect Russia from the Brussels-based SWIFT financial system as a form of sanctions. I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm not going to read all of this word for word, but I want to explain this. The world is walking away from the dollar. What will happen is someday, as this gets worse and worse, and countries are already trading, with each other outside of the dollar, and this is becoming more and more prevalent. It is happening at a faster and faster pace, and honestly, with the current administration, it is going to be at a breakneck pace because I have a feeling a ton of countries don't think that they are going to do anything, that they are literally going to roll over. All right, which are going to. So, I want people to understand the implications. The facts are, we have been the savior to the world, right, on paper, for decades and decades, helping everybody, printing money, all that kind of stuff. But we've also been exporting our inflation. Now we have an inflation problem. The world is watching it. The pressure is on. We have printed so much money. Stupid amounts of money. And a lot of the money that was printed in the past was because countries would come to us and go, hey, we need to buy dollars from you so that we can go to, let's say, China would go to us, buy dollars, and then they would use those dollars to go buy oil from another country. And then that other country would take those dollars and then possibly, import things from our country, or other countries that would want those dollars. The facts are, as the world is de-dollarizing and going off of the dollar and making it to where we have one less tool in our tool chest to try and control other nations by cutting them off from their banking system, cutting them off at the knees, essentially. What is going to happen is those countries are going to go, we don't need as many dollars in our reserves, in our bank accounts, so let's get rid of them. Well, when the entire world's thinking the exact same thing, what do you do with your dollars? Well, there's probably only one person or one country that's going to take them. That's the good old US of A. Now, I'll be honest with you. I think what's very scary about this scenario is we have allowed anybody and everyone to be able to buy our real estate in our country. This is one real estate hyperinflation scenario that could really go parabolic, because when all of a sudden these dollars are coming back, we will see massive inflation in our country. And then what's worse is, what do you buy? You know, when you have all these dollars and you're afraid, you're a country and you're afraid of them being totally devalued because everybody else is running for the exits at once, well, then you try and buy anything that has value. So I have a feeling, honestly, in the future, you will see a hyperinflationary scenario because countries will be coming and buying up all of our real estate, our land, our water, our natural resources, things like that. I know it's been going on for a long time, but honestly, I think it's going to be one of those hold my beer moments because we've seen nothing yet. Guys, this isn't FUD and fear. This is really happening. And I think people need to be absolutely prepared. Get into real... this isn't the time to be in crazy debt. This is the time to be buying real assets. Like wealthy people. Look at what Elon Musk's doing. He buys gold, silver. Well, I don't know about silver. He needs silver because he can't build a darn anything with any of his companies without it. But they buy gold and Bitcoin, right? Buy land. Stay out of debt. This is the time to sit back and think about what's happening worldwide. It says right here, down here, both Russia and China are said to be increasingly looking to move away from the U.S. dollar as the main currency of international trade, instead using their own denominations to underpin the booming volume of the Moscow-Beijing trade. I think this is a very big deal, guys, and I think it's time to really start moving. Guys, share these videos. There's truth that needs to be shared with other people. And actually, you don't even have to be American to understand what's going on, because as the dollar falls, a lot of other things in other countries will fall as well because they've been propped up by the dollar. That is the other side of the story that people don't realize. You might be out of this, not, in America, and go, yeah, heck, let America fall. But a lot of people don't realize too, other complete countries are propped up by the US dollar. If that tends to hyperinflate, holy cow, it will be the mother of all currency collapses. Honestly, one for the history books. All right, guys, with that being said, thank you so much for everyone liking the videos. Thank you for all the subscribers. I hope you guys have a great day. The Economic Ninja is out.